What is up, everybody? Welcome to Rusty's Speed and Custom. We have 4 walls, and it's perfect timing because it is 28 degrees outside right now. Anyway, if you saw my last video or 2, depending on how they come out, you know I kind of hinted at what was going on. Today, I guess, is the full reveal of my new garage. And yeah, I'm pretty excited. Unfortunately, I gotta do the boring stuff today. I have moved all of my stuff back in here because I had to move it all out while this was being done, and it is all very disorganized. So I need to organize stuff. I got a ton of parts in the house. Yes, I've been storing my parts in the house. I need to get them out here, kind of get organized. For one, I gotta see what all I have, because I got a lot of parts kind of hidden. I don't know what they are. But anyway, this is kind of the big update. This is why I haven't been posting videos, because I've had contractors here and I've been arguing with people who don't build to the quality that I like. Believe it or not, I have pretty high standards, especially when I'm paying you good money. Anyway, if you've ever dealt with any kind of construction, you know what that's like. But this is basically 20 by 15 and a half. It is essentially a slightly oversized single car garage, but I don't care. I'm so pumped. We're gonna build some cool stuff in here. We got fresh concrete. Unfortunately, the whole garage is on a slope. There's nothing I can do about that. It's just the way that my property is. But we got concrete floors, which to me was a safety thing. If you've ever put jack stands on asphalt, you know it is not safe. So concrete floors. We got a slightly oversized garage door, just in case. We don't really have the size for an oversized vehicle, but I didn't want to be limited on garage door size. Yeah, other than that, that's kind of it. I just got a bunch of organizing to do, which I'm excited about, but unfortunately will not be fun to watch. I've been collecting signs and stuff. I kind of quit because I didn't have a place to put them, but I have some signs I'm gonna put up. And yeah, I just got a bunch of work to do. And as much as I want to start on all my projects, this has got to get done first. And I'm probably rambling. I've probably been rambling for a while. It's been a while since I've really filmed. It's been a long time. Anyway, what else? I guess I'm gonna work on cleaning up my tools and getting some shelves moved out here and stuff. And then once I get down to all the parts I got, we'll kind of get into what projects we've got coming up. But in the meantime, you're probably gonna be watching time lapse with music. And I'll be cleaning, which I am excited and not excited about. So I'll check in with you guys after a while. okay, you guys kind of get the idea. I'm doing a ton of organizing. Honestly, my toolbox, I organized it when I got it, and then when I got my cart, it kind of screwed up everything, so I'm redoing all of it. And basically, I got all my hand tools that I use constantly in that cart. This, I'm not quite done yet, but I got my screwdrivers, yeah, all that stuff kind of lined up in there. This is gonna be like my hardware drawer. Got all my grinding stuff and tools. Hang on, I'm getting a phone call. Hello? Oops, I left the recording. My wife called me, and it's a good thing she did, because you guys won't be able to see. It's snowing outside. And because I have a garage door now, I didn't even know it. I got the window down in the car. We'll roll that up. Can you guys see the snowflakes? If this is any indication of what winter is going to be like this year, I could not have picked a better time to put walls. It's been pretty warm, honestly. So, just count your blessings, I guess, because I would have been still working outside today, but I would have been outside. And thank the good Lord, I got this. And payments. But who cares about money, right? Goodbye, snow. Yes, the car's gonna sit out in the snow. It'll be alright. Just the car. Anyway, I think I was talking about this. Kind of got all my grinding stuff and drilling stuff all put in here. These actually came out of my pack out. They worked really good for organizing all my grinding and cutting stuff. This is also all grinding and cutting stuff, but this I can literally just throw on my pack out. I have that because I do work outside of home sometimes, but also for the last 6 weeks, that, 2 of the small ones, and that have held everything that I've used. I've done all kinds of stuff. I've put a ball joint in somebody's car, a whole bunch of house projects. I don't know if I talked about it, but we kind of went all in on the house projects and got new decks put on and stuff because my little girl loves to play outside. So even though I feel blessed to have all this stuff, I guess it's a small shop for everybody else, but for me, it's about the best I could ask for. Anyway, I can do a lot with a little, but I'm just slowly trying to get a little bit more. It's no 50 by 50 building, but I haven't worked inside in over 10 years on anything. So anyway, it's just a long-winded way of me saying I'm excited about it, and I will probably finish doing my toolboxes, and then maybe I'll do some time lapse. I gotta organize all that junk over there. So I'll check in with you. Bye. It's me again. I'm back. I don't remember where I cut the time lapse off at. I figured you guys had probably seen enough of me spreading things out and then trying to figure out where in the heck I'm gonna put them all. Shocker, I don't have a lot of room. So we got stuff hanging from the walls. We have a shelf completely full. So this is like, those two totes I need to go through. It's all electrical cords and different things I need to sort through and get rid of a bunch of that. This is all C10 stuff here. Surprise, that's what that's for. If you don't know already, that box is C10 stuff. These two shelves, well, this is like oils and paints and things, but all these parts here, I need to go through all that stuff. I'm gonna be listing a bunch of that stuff real cheap because I need it out of my way. I have stuff that I've collected over the last. I've got a build it yourself, weld it yourself, Model A transmission crossmember to put a small block Chevy and turbo 350 in a Model A that I bought new every bit of 13 to 15 years ago. And I've kept it all this time. Still brand new. Why? Why do I have that? So, I got a bunch of stuff I need to get rid of. That's Turbo 400 and Powerglide partial gasket kits and partial rebuild kits. Small box Chevy partial gasket kits. I think there's 2 partial kits in there. I've got exhaust stuff. All that is going to go with the C10 because we're going to redo the whole exhaust in that deal. I've got my scrap metal bin, metal storage bin. This all is not great, but I had to leave room here. I'm not exactly sure how much of that room I need. I'm guessing most, if not all of it. I moved my welder over here. I gotta figure out some kind of cart. I have 2 bottles, I have 2 machines, and that's all full of consumables. I need a good cart that'll hold all that. Most of the carts hold a single bottle. I need to hold both because my Everlast runs MIG and TIG and has dual gas ports, so I can run both gas bottles hooked up at the same time. So honestly, I'm out of money right now, but I gotta save up some money and figure out a better solution for that. Because right now I think it takes up a lot more space than it needs to. But yeah, I mean, I put a few things on the wall, welding hoods, fuel line, brake line, couple trinkets. I'm not gonna have time to put up a bunch of stuff because it's already like 4 o'clock and I haven't gotten much done. And as you're about to see, I gotta unload some stuff. So I gotta move the Nova, I gotta move my truck, I gotta get set up, and then I'll show you what's been sitting in the bed of my truck for 3 days. It's sat in the bed of my truck through a thunderstorm and through snow. That's probably not great. Anyway, hang on. Woo! It's looking a little different in here. The camera died while I was unloading the motor. Some things have transpired, and I'll explain them all to you. First of all, RIP, my favorite Leatherman. busted this thing clean off. I'm pretty upset about it. However, something happened that kind of cheered me up a little bit. We need a magnet so I can show you. Obviously, you can see the car's in here. I'm actually pretty impressed with how much space I got. Obviously, the truck's gonna take up more space, but it's it looks like we're gonna have it. So it's pretty cool. I can walk all the way around it. I got quite a bit of space. Can you see? Quite a bit of space on the side. So I'm pretty happy with that. All things considered, I don't, obviously I wish I had a big old shop, but man, it's been nice today. It has been snowing on and off today, which is very not seasonal. It's not normal for us this time of year, but could not have been a better day to have a door to put down, and I've stayed pretty warm. At one point, didn't even need my sweatshirt. So, but anyway, back to what you guys probably want to know, which is the big surprise on this guy here. This is a 5.3 that I picked up the other night. Now, let me give you some backstory. I went to, the guy sent me a video of it running. It was still in the truck. He gave me a price, which I'll tell you after I give you all this information. He gave me a price. I said, I'll take it. I didn't haggle, nothing. In the video, it sounded good. So he went ahead and started pulling it out. I was under the impression that it was going to be out, like waiting for me to pick up. It was like a week later. I went to go meet the guy. It was dark outside, and it turns out it was still in the truck. It was not fully removed yet, and it was in the dirt. So we followed it for a while, and I needed to get home. We still need to have dinner, and my wife was waiting on me and whatever. I need to get home. So, be honest, I didn't look it over that close. I just figured it's 5.3 out of a pickup. Whatever. They're all the same. It's got miles on it, but if it runs, they run. Right? So I am, as you guys saw, I was getting ready to pull it out with the cherry picker and stuff. And some things started to get my attention. First, if you look here, you guys, it's the lighting's not great in here, okay? But I was looking at this, I was like, man, that's awfully shiny for cast block. And then I looked in there, and it's got 5.3 cast in it, and I'm not an LS expert, okay? I try to know some stuff, but I don't know all the numbers and all that stuff. But I've never bought a 5.3 or a 4.8 that didn't say 5.3/4.8 on it, or 4.8/5.3, whatever order it's in. They usually have both. So I was like, that's kind of weird, right? Block doesn't look the way I would expect a cast block to look. The cast in number doesn't look the way that I would expect it to look. So I started doing some research. And then I noticed, it's hard for me to show you guys in this poor lighting, but I don't know if you can see. That says $7.99. First of all, this might be the most oil covered LS motor I've ever bought. But besides that, those are $7.99 heads. I'm like, I'm not, like I said, not an expert, but I feel like those are the ones that people want, right? I'm like, I wonder what the casting number is on this thing. So I look at it, it's over here. You guys probably can't read it, but I looked it up, and this is, remember I said we need a magnet. I accidentally bought an all aluminum 5.3. Yeah, and I paid $375 for it. I mean, what? So, I know the first thing that everybody says is, the aluminum block's not as strong as a cast block. Well, according to my research, the aluminum blocks are good as long as you're not making 800, 900, 1,000 horsepower. You guys have seen my budget. I'm not making 800, 900, or 1,000 horsepower with that truck. Maybe someday, but it's not going to be with this motor. So, essentially, I got a all aluminum 5.3 with the good cylinder heads, and I know it runs for $375. It's 100 pounds, a little over 100 pounds, I think, lighter than a cast block. So that'll be nice. It should, from the factory, I've looked all this stuff up because I was really worried I screwed myself. But anyway, from the factory, they're rated at like 320 horse. So you get rid of all this stuff. We're probably going to have headers on it. We're going to have a aftermarket computer and tune in it. We're not going to have all the factory restriction. It should, we'll say at a minimum, it'll make 320 horsepower. I'm pretty freaking happy about that. I don't know how you could not be happy about it. Yeah, I mean, that was a crazy surprise. And also, I'm not sure, but I feel like these motors are more expensive than a normal 5.3. So that was a pleasant surprise. And I was on the fence about it when I first figured it out. Also, I'm clearly an idiot if I didn't even notice that this was an aluminum block. But to be fair, I don't think the guy that sold it to me had any idea it was an aluminum block either. Probably because there's 20 years of oil on it. I thought these motors weren't supposed to leak. This one has leaked out everything. So, anyway, that's a pretty cool discovery. That is going to be the motor that we put in the C10 with all of these parts that we got here and more that I don't have yet, but I'm saving up my pennies for. And yeah, that's going to pretty much wrap up this video. I know there wasn't a ton of excitement because it was mostly cleaning, but I had to get organized, and then obviously I had to figure out where I was going to put that motor. But we have a lot of stuff coming up. I've got a lot of parts gathered up. We're going to work on the rear suspension of the C10. Kind of do a full refresh on it. Then once we get that done, we're going to be full bore on putting an LS in it. You'll still have Turbo 400 for now, because I don't have any money. But yeah, this is kind of I don't know. It's a long-winded shop organization video, and also kind of a prep up to what we're getting into this winter. And I will be able to work nights and even when it's snowing outside now. And super excited about it. So I hope you guys are too. I hope you're excited to see the C10 transform this winter, because I'm hoping by spring, probably late spring, middle of summer, to have a really fun truck to drive. I'm very fortunate. I have this hot rod that I can get in and pretty much go the way it is right now. So we got 2 hot rods to run, so we're gonna make one not run. That's what we're doing. So thanks for watching. I know I've talked too much. I'll see you on the next one. Bye.